Germany has agreed to send its Leopard 2 tanks to Ukraine and allow other countries using German-made tanks to re-export them. The decision responds to months of requests from Kyiv for additional weapons to penetrate Russian lines. Quoting Reuters, Kyiv specifically applied for the delivery of the Leopard 2 tanks as they have several advantages over alternatives, such as the British Challenger 2 tank and the US M1 Abrams tank. Reasons why Ukraine wants Leopard 2. One of the advantages of the Leopard 2 tank is that, apart from being one of the best tanks in the Western arsenal, it is also one of the most widely used. With around 20 countries operating the Leopard 2, several nations could each field a small portion of their tanks to support Ukraine. Operating a single model in bulk will make it easier for Ukraine to train crews and manage maintenance. More than 3,500 Leopard 2 tanks have been built since production began in 1978. The tank, which is produced jointly by German companies Krauss-Maffei-Wegmann and Rheinmetall, displaces just over 60 tons. Has a 120mm smoothbore gun and can engage targets at a distance of up to 5 km. Countries that operate the Leopard include Canada, Denmark, Finland, the Netherlands, Norway, Austria, Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. How many Leopard 2 tanks are there? Although the Leopard 2 tank was widely used, tanks and other heavy weapons were rarely available in much of the West as many countries drastically reduced the size of their militaries after the collapse of the Soviet Union. According to German military expert Karl Scholz, Germany has about 350 Leopard 2 tanks currently, compared to around 4,000 main battle tanks at the height of the Cold War. At the same time, it was impossible to buy a large number of Leopard 2 tanks quickly. The German defense industry is prohibited by law from producing these tanks for stock. Typically, countries that order new tanks must be prepared to wait 2 to 3 years for delivery. Even if production were ramped up, experts say it could take at least 2 years for the first new tanks to be shipped out of the factory. The United States operates thousands of M1 Abrams tanks created by General Dynamics and is ready to ship dozens to Ukraine as a reversal of its previous policy. But the M1 Abrams was seen as unsuitable for Ukraine as it is driven by a gas turbine engine with high fuel consumption, which would create a challenge for Ukraine to keep supplying it even though it could also run on diesel. The Leopard 2 uses a more economical engine that burns diesel, which is also more readily available than kerosene. The UK government announced in January it would deliver a squadron, or 14, of its Challenger 2 battle tanks. However, unlike the Leopard 2, the tank is not in widespread use, which limits how many can be made available to Ukraine. In addition, unlike the M1 Abrams and Leopard 2, which both have a 120mm cannon, the Challenger 2 has a long gun with different ammunition requirements, limiting interoperability. France said it was considering sending the Leclerc tank, which has a 120mm smoothbore gun. But it also said the French foreign mission was limiting the number available for delivery and said the demands on maintaining the tanks were onerous. That means the tank is not ideal for Ukraine. Judging from the specifications of a German-made tank that is expected to be exported to Ukraine soon. This vehicle was developed by the Krauss-Maffei-Wegmann company, which has the ability to dive with snorkel equipment to nuclear biological chemical warfare. The Leopard 2 tank is also capable of loading 4 crew in it. Moreover, as the propulsion of the tank, it uses a 12-cylinder MTU MB873 diesel engine with a capacity of 47 liters with a turbo capable of producing 1,500 horsepower at 2,600 RPM. Leopard 2 has a very advanced AMP technology, which is Advanced Modular Armor Protection. This technology serves to protect all sides of the tank from all existing threats, starting from the anti-tank missile parts to the ballistic rockets.
The protection system contained in the Leopard 2RI has also been used by almost all types of modern tanks to date. The Leopard tank is 9.97 meters long and weighs 61 tons, so it is always transported by tank transporter to be brought to the field of operations. The tank transporter itself is a large truck with a transport bed for Leopard using an Astra truck made by Avco with a total length of more than 20 meters.